little shorter than my son, even though I have 3-inch heels on today. There we go. So where does the height come from? I'm going to stray from my speech a little bit. People always say, how did somebody so tall come from somebody so short? Well, the men in my family, the shortest one is 5'10", the tallest one is 6'7", whereas the women, the shortest one was 4'11". So I went more towards the 4'11" side, Jenna went more towards the 6'7" side. But I digress. Welcome everyone to our big, beautiful day in Buena! The campaign. Thank you all so much for being here, friends, neighbors, colleagues, and new faces alike. Seeing you all gathered here in the heart of South Jersey fills my heart with joy and fuels the fire that builds and runs this campaign. This isn't a new journey. It started years ago with long conversations with friends and family about our country, the state of our politics, and the growing gap between the people and those elected to serve them. We talked about the cruelty of policies that hurt working families, children, seniors, and veterans who struggle just to have the bare minimum they need to live, and how we can build a future that is fairer, kinder, and more sustainable for everyone who calls South Jersey home. And when I asked around earlier this year as I was going to meetings and going to different rallies, who is stepping up for us? Who is ready to take on Jeff Van Drew and fight for South Jersey? There were several answers. It's too early. We still have a year to figure that out. And he's unbeatable. Those answers just did not sit right with me. So I reached out to people within the party who encouraged me to play it safe and start small. Go on the school board, run for city council, and that didn't sit right with me either. The House of Representatives is supposed to be filled with people who represent their districts, not career politicians. People who know their communities because they live and work in them. Nowhere does it say that you have to have years of prior political experience, have a certain type of profession, or require a minimum amount of money in your campaign coffers or pledge funding. I threw my hat in the ring early, not because I'm a politician, but because I'm a citizen. I am one who's lived the same struggles, overcome the same challenges, and literally and figuratively weathered the same storms. This campaign has grown stronger every single day, meeting with local groups and small businesses, attending community events, and speaking with, but more importantly, listening to thousands of people across this district. Because this campaign believes in the potential of our community, the strength of our values, and that our voice and actions will deliver the change this district needs and deserves. So for those of you who haven't met me officially yet, my name is Terri Reese, and I'm running to represent South Jersey's 2nd Congressional District. I was born and raised in Northfield, right here in Atlantic County. My mother was an operating room nurse for over 51 years, mostly in Atlantic City, and my father was a self-employed electrician and Navy veteran. I come from working class roots where you don't wait for things to be handed to you, you work for them and you make them happen. I worked hard, I got good grades, graduated from Mainland Regional High School, was accepted to and graduated from the University of Pennsylvania with the help of student loans, grants, and 3 summer jobs. I was very lucky to have the opportunity to study abroad during my junior year, pursuing my passions of travel, art, and history, and studying different cultures. I could have gone anywhere when I graduated college, but I came home. Why? Because I love South Jersey. I love where I live. I'm a Jersey girl. And as they say, when you are born with sand in your toes, it is really hard to leave. I raised my children here, I built my career here, and I have never, ever stopped believing in the potential of our community. For over 30 years, I worked in the retail industry, leading teams ranging in size from 10 to 90, with a yearly sales volume of $2 million to $20 million, and keeping stores running in the middle of chaos, which I'm sure Darnley can represent when we do an iPhone launch at Apple. I worked for brands like Gap, Old Navy, and Apple during the holidays, consistently meeting, if not exceeding, performance metrics and payroll goals. I built and led strong, diverse core teams that work together to achieve our shared business goals and develop lifelong relationships that I treasure to this day. In addition to my general manager responsibilities in my own stores, I performed additional roles throughout the district as a district operational auditor. I also was a scheduling and payroll expert throughout the state, training people on how to use scheduling platforms. And if you try to teach anyone how to use computer systems that they don't like, it's not an easy task, but it was rewarding and it was fun, and I helped my peers make their goals as well. I was also a new store opening project manager, traveling throughout the East Coast, taking a bare box with nothing in it to a fully functioning, staffed, filled, marketed, and visually beautiful store in 10 days. But anyone who's worked in retail knows it's a lot more than folding t-shirts and jeans, although I do that very, very well. It's about patience. It's about resilience and learning to cultivate relationships with everybody. But more than that, it's about listening, really, really listening and building trust with those with whom you're communicating. You learn to connect with people on a human level, not as transactions, but as neighbors. And that's the kind of leadership I will bring to Washington. People-centered, practical, and accountable. After 30 years in retail, I left my career to become my mother's full-time caregiver when she was diagnosed with dementia. It was the hardest, most exhausting, but most beautiful work I have ever done. Financially, horrible decision. But I've always believed that people are more important than money. It was an honor to make sure my mom lived her final years comfortable, peacefully, and with dignity, surrounded by the things and people she loved in the home she had lived in for over 50 years. Like so many families in our district, I know what it means to struggle. I was a member of the sandwich generation, raising my kids as a single mom while caring for my aging parents. I live paycheck to paycheck. I've been unemployed. I've been on Medicaid. I know what it's like to live without health insurance. What it takes to, or what happens when you're worrying about the mortgage and what utility bills and how to stretch every dollar to keep food on the table. And if your kids have what they need to get ahead. And are you doing enough? As a mom, I face what too many parents have, watching my child battle significant mental behavioral health issues. Challenges in a system that far too often fails those in need. As a caregiver, I faced uncertainty about how to coordinate care across specialties for someone who was not ambulatory. And those experiences taught me that real leadership isn't about privilege, it's about perseverance. It's about finding solutions when life gives you nothing but obstacles. So when I talk about affordability and I talk about healthcare or opportunity, I'm not reading from a policy memo, I'm speaking from experience, because my struggles are your struggles. And that's why I'm running for Congress. Not as a career politician, but as a citizen Democrat. Because South Jersey deserves leadership grounded in integrity, compassion, and common sense, not political theater. Not corporate interests, not empty promises. We have too many people in Washington that have forgotten who they work for. They treat SNAP benefits and other services that are funded by our tax dollars like luxuries, and government shutdowns as a strategy, all while cashing their own six-figure paychecks. They take money from corporations, super PACs, and dark money donors, and then protect their donors with tax breaks and lucrative contracts, only to claim there is nothing left for the people, not for affordable housing, healthcare, or for our veterans. Well, I've had enough. I proudly signed the Candidate Integrity Pledge with the Money Out of Politics movement, so I am not accepting money from super PACs, no corporate checks, no dark money. This campaign is powered by small dollar donations that come from real people right here in South Jersey. And when we spend those dollars, we spend them locally, supporting our small businesses. Because this isn't a campaign. It's a community effort to take our democracy back and make it work for the people. It's a commitment to put the decisions that affect everyday people into the hands of someone who knows what it is like to struggle to get by, knows how to find creative solutions, and keeps moving forward, not taking things backwards. It's to get money out of politics and the pockets of billionaires and into the hands of hardworking people so they can thrive, not just survive. This campaign is really about having a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. It's about affordability and opportunity, a living wage with a responsible employer, so no one has to work 3 jobs just to pay their bills. It's about renewable energy and responsible corporate investment, so South Jersey can lead the nation in sustainable energy and union jobs. And data centers that give back to our communities rather than taking from them. It's about healthcare as a human right, because no one should lose their home or their savings because they got sick, or forgo treatment altogether due to affordability. It's about equity and fairness, so every person, no matter their zip code, has the same shot at success in school and work. And it's about money out of politics, so we can restore faith in a government that truly serves the people and not their special interests. It's about giving all of us, we the people, a shot at life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's not radical, that's patriotic. And that's what our founding fathers wanted for this country. Now I know who I'm up against. Jeff Andrew isn't fighting for South Jersey. He is running a little scared though right now. He's fighting to stay He's fighting to stay relevant in a system that rewards loyalty to power, not to the people. And I'm not interested in playing his game, because this movement is not about him. It's about us. It's about showing that integrity and courage win in politics, and that when people stand together, we're stronger than any establishment machine, funded by big money and supported by people who choose and promote the candidates they think should represent the people because of their bank accounts and their connections. Obviously, these last 3 elections against Jeff Andrew, if you look at that, that didn't really fit their plan all that well. So what is it called when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? Insanity. And that is why we will win, because we're not part of the machine, and we're doing things differently, and we're not following the same patterns and behaviors that have clearly not worked in the past. South Jersey is special. We're farmers and fishermen, teachers and tradespeople, we're retirees and veterans, caregivers and students, we're moms and dads, kids and grandparents, and we work hard. We look out for our neighbors, and when we come together, we do extraordinary things. So once again, imagine a South Jersey powered by renewable energy and lower costs, good solid jobs that pay a living wage so no one has to work 2 or 3 part-time jobs to make ends meet, where our children aren't hungry, our seniors can age in place with dignity, and our veterans and active duty service members receive the support and benefits they deserve, where small businesses thrive, where we attack responsible corporate investment that gives back to our communities, and where kids come home to build their futures, where we attack corporate investment from responsible corporations that give back to our communities, where we build a coalition of federal, state, and local change makers to lift up our district, which has 3 of the 4 poorest counties in the state, by investing in jobs, healthcare, infrastructure, and the resources our families deserve. And that's the South Jersey that I believe in. That's the South Jersey I will fight to make a reality. Now, there are clear and powerful reasons why we will win. On November 4th of this year, Democratic candidates across our state delivered strong results that show people are ready for new leadership. Our new governor, the first female Democratic governor and veteran, Mikey Sherrill, won by a convincing margin of roughly 13 points over her opponent, a result that exceeded expectations and reaffirmed our state's commitment to progressive values and working class families. In the state assembly, Democrats expanded their majority, heading toward a historic high water mark for control. And we witnessed the beginning of a trend that we will take with us into 2026, with candidates who defeated Republicans, who have been in office for years on county commissions, municipal councils, and school boards. And guess what? Some of them are here today. So although this campaign is, or this event is my campaign kickoff, I want to give it up for Maureen Rowan, who is our new state assemblywoman for LB2, and Mr. Pete Castellano, our new Egg Harbor Township committeeman, who is the first Democrat on the Egg Harbor Township Committee in 32 years. And what that means is that when we show up, when we organize, when we talk to our neighbors and turn in our vote, change happens. This campaign is about all of us harnessing that momentum and bringing it home here in South Jersey in our district. Because if New Jersey can rise and build stronger majorities in the legislature, elect strong, powerful women at the top of the ticket, flip seats that were thought to be unflippable, we absolutely can do it here in the 2nd Congressional District and send Jeff Andrew packing. And we will win with your help. So when I go to events, everyone says, what can we do to help you? Sign up to host a meet and greet so you can introduce me to your friends, families, neighbors, and colleagues. I'm all about getting into the community because people vote, not dollars, no matter what anybody says. Follow the campaign on social media. Comment, react, share our posts and messages to expand our reach throughout the district and with your friends. Volunteer to support the campaign at events, knock on doors, phone bang, and collect signatures when the time comes. Participate in one of our focus groups where we will listen to your concerns and aspirations and donate what you can, when you can, if you can, because every small dollar helps. Every conversation, every call, every door knock, every donation matters. Because this isn't a campaign, once again, it's a movement to bring a real, authentic South Jersey voice to the Capitol. I've faced plenty of challenges in my life, and I've learned that strength isn't about never failing or falling. It's about always getting back up and putting your best foot forward. And South Jersey, it's time we get back up. We've been ignored and pushed down too long. We're rising together for a government that works, for a future that's fair, and for leadership that listens and responds. And this isn't about me. It's about all of us, about the people who make this place home, and proving that integrity, compassion, and courage in public service still matters. So let's get to work. Let's build an affordable, fair, sustainable, opportunity-filled future. And let's show them what happens when everyday people lead with heart and get things done. This is our moment, and together, we're going to make South Jersey stronger, fairer, and prouder than ever before. This is our home. South Jersey is territory. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your support. Let's get going.